You know, the last 5 years has been some of the worst years that I've been through. Uh, 2019 kind of started it when my back went out, and it just progressed from there. The Lord healed me in my back, though, and it got to where it didn't hurt. And when my youngest got diagnosed with leukemia in 2022, I had been going to the back doctor for several years, was on pills every month, pain shots when they could give it to me. But I can tell you, it only got worse. When my son went down, though, we found out about his diagnostics. I had been prayed for just a week or two before we found out. And I stopped going to the pain doctor and went cold turkey off the medication. God gave me back enough strength that I could carry stuff around up there and get him to his appointments. My wife was with him when he first started out for the entire month that we got it under control and got it into remission. It was all on her. I couldn't do anything. The only thing I did was come back home because we couldn't all stay there because of COVID. And I rebuilt this home here. I got the mold out of it. I sprayed it down real good. I got the floors painted. I got the walls painted. I just went through the entire home and finished everything I could possibly finish, so when he come home, he'd have a good home to come home to. After they released him after 45 days, it was full on the next 2 years. All we did was run up there weekly for a little while. Then we would have to stay an entire week for some of the rounds of treatment. And then the next month we'd do the same thing. Then it got down to where we was coming up once every other week. And then we come up once a month. And then because of his last treatment, he couldn't have the bag anymore. He broke out, so he had to have shots in his legs. So I had to run him up there every other day for shots, and that went on for an entire month. Then we was back to once a month. And then it got down to where we got to go once every 3 months. And then he got done with his treatment, and then it was once every 6 months, and we're coming back up on the fourth month really, up to this time, the last 4 months. We get to go the end of this month for that, and then we'll see if we go to the 6 months at a time. But I can tell you, the whole time we was going through it, I did nothing but praying. I was praying he didn't get sick. I was praying we didn't bring stuff home to him. I was praying that his brother was going to be okay, because his brother was going through stuff because of it. Life will give you something terrible every once in a while, and you just got to live through it. You got to make it through it. If it wasn't for prayers from other people, if it wasn't for me praying, my wife praying, my sons praying, if it wasn't for us staying together, if it wasn't for our family dynamic of how we had to do this, I don't think we would have made it. I will tell you on this side of it, that going through it, you never see the end. You don't understand why God is bringing you through something. You don't understand what the reasoning was for or why this would happen to you. But I can tell you on the other side of it now, I see every single thing backwards that you can't see when you're going through it, because it's like you're the ant and you're having to walk through this big world that you can't make sense of and you don't know. But on this side of it, you get to be like the angels looking backwards on it. You get to see how small you was and the things that went on. I can tell you I will never want to do it again. I don't ever want to do that again. I watched my mom die of cancer and was with her to the end. I watched my first wife die of cancer and I was with her to the end. I watched my dad as he died of heart failure and watched him, held his hand till he passed on. I can tell you that death is not something anybody wants to watch. It makes you a different person after you've seen that and went through it. And I was praying every day that God didn't force me to go through my son passing, because he's one of a kind. Both of them are one of a kind because they're my sons. And I can feel that way towards my sons because they're mine. God gave them to me. And I am so proud this year because my oldest is a senior this year. And I'm proud of him. I'm proud of the man he's becoming. I'm not going to say that we don't still have struggles, because we do. We struggle just like anybody else. But God is there with us. God knows and God goes before us. God gives us the reason to keep on. If it wasn't for God, there would be no keeping on. There'd be no doing and no ability, because there's been so much that I've seen in my lifetime that there is no way I could count the amount of times that God has pulled me out of the muck. I couldn't tell you all the times that he has done things for me. Couldn't tell you all the times that he's healed me of different things. I just can't ever repay him for anything he's ever done for me. This world was not what he envisioned. This world, what we have right now, is not what he wanted for us. He didn't create this to be like this. But he came back and he fixed it. And through him, we can come back to him. And then we will be able to experience what he has created for us. No matter what goes on in your life, know that there is God beside you. You can't imagine how many times I prayed sitting by myself, waiting on a test to be done with Isaac, praying that it didn't come back and that it wasn't detectable. And I sat alone. But I wasn't alone, because God was there with me. Even though I couldn't see him and feel him part of the time, and I prayed to God, please just send me someone to sit beside me. And he did. He sent a man that was local to that area, and that man came up there and sat with me. And I was super thankful for that. God used so many people to help us over the years. And I am so thankful for their help and their prayers. I've bugged too many of them for prayers over the years. I've asked too many times for prayers that in my lifetime, if I live to be 100, I shouldn't ask anyone else for any more prayers. That's how much prayers I've asked for. But you never know. Never know what it's going to be like until it happens to you. You don't know how many prayers you're going to ask for until you're going through it. And I can tell you, if anyone is going through it, I'll pray for you. Just ask me. I don't care. As many times as you need to ask me. I won't judge you. I will just pray for you. Because I've been there and I know what that's like. I'm going to tell you, I love you enough that I will pray for you. If you ask me to, I will pray for you. I'm not going to be one of those people that says, I'm praying for you out of passing mouth. No, I will actually pray for you. And I know that God will change your circumstances. Because he's changed mine. And guess what? I'm a nobody. just who I am. I'm a nobody. And if he'll do it for a nobody, he'll do it for a somebody. I guarantee it. So, thank you for your prayers. Thank you for listening to my little excerpt of my life. Just know God is there for you. And he'll always be there for you. Because he was there for a nobody. Love you.